Hi guys, today I am back with a Sephora haul. This is actually from the VIB sale. I hadn't planned on purchasing from the sale because I felt a little bit guilty thinking about Canada Post workers having to deliver in the middle of a pandemic, and I was like, I really don't actually need anything, obviously. But I did end up placing an order on the last day of the sale at like near midnight because things were starting to open up in the city again, and I was like, you know, YouTube is my job and it is my job to review new things, so it's not... Anyways, I was just having a lot of conflicting thoughts. I did end up purchasing. Everything has been in this box. It took almost 3 weeks to get to me, and then everything came, and I had planned on doing a video, but my energy levels have been incredibly low the past few months. I think a lot of us really felt the effects of this pandemic, whether it touched us personally or, you know, just seeing what's happening is very hard to see. So my energy levels were already very low, and then in addition to that, I've been very vocal online about the Black Lives Matter movement, and that has been a lot. So for me personally, like, obviously seeing all of this happen has been so hard, and I really want to use my platform correctly, but to do that I had to kind of find something in myself that I didn't know was there. This is kind of like going way off track. If you're here for a Sephora haul, I would have already put a timestamp so you could skip ahead. But being mixed race, it's just all very complex. Lots of self-reflection, guilt, tired, empowerment. Like, there's so many things going on. And then in addition to that, just some things going on in my personal life that have all made it a very tough couple of weeks and months. So that's kind of why I haven't been around. I know it's sort of vague, but a lot of us are going through it. So that's why I did want to talk about it, just in case you too feel like, you know, sometimes I had that feeling of like, you know, even just at the beginning, I'm like, why do I feel so bad? There's people who are truly have been touched by this and are suffering. I have no right to feel bad. But someone always has it worse, and someone always has it better, and this is going to affect us all differently. And everything is kind of piling on top of each other, and I haven't been filming YouTube videos. Not that I didn't want to, I absolutely wanted to, and I was really trying to find the energy. And I have been watching so much YouTube. I have the privilege to be able to kind of check out and escape, and I know some people don't have that, and again, that makes you feel kind of guilty. It's just, it's so complicated, but to be able to speak the way I'm speaking and do what I'm doing, you know, mostly on Instagram stories, and I haven't even really been doing that much technically, but I do need to have the actual energy to make sure I'm doing the right thing, and I've had so many personal conversations with so many of you about your experiences with racism, or your experience with kind of coming to understand white privilege, or whatever it might be. And I feel like I've gotten so close to so many of you, and I already felt so close to so many of you, and I lean on you guys so much. And not only is this YouTube channel my job, but it's my creative outlet. It's so special to me and so important, and I can't even really bury myself in work because like a frickin' Sephora haul just seems so stupid right now, considering what's going on. But at the same time, I am a Black woman, and this is my Black-owned business. I am the CEO of, you know, Samantha Jane Inc. I incorporated in January, and I need to be able to use my voice in a variety of ways in terms of educating and informing other people, but also just to be able to use my voice. This is my creative outlet, no matter how superficial or narcissistic it may seem. I feel like, you know, we've built a really nice community of, you know, very level-headed people. There's so many of you that I've had so many great and interesting conversations with, because I've always been myself, and I've always wanted to do it genuinely and not in a clickbait or trying to grab as many subscribers as possible. And people always comment and say, you know, you should have way more subscribers than this, which is like kind of a compliment, I guess. Yes, it is a compliment. Like, it comes from a good place. But my friend Aisha said in a recent video that it kind of got her thinking, like, if I was white, would I have that subscriber level that I should have? You know, do people assume that all my recommendations are only for my skin tone, or, you know, whatever it may be? Like, I do videos, you know, best bronzers for brown skin, best red lipsticks for NC42, but I say in the beginning of all of these videos, you know, these are just my shade preferences, but they could absolutely look good on a majority of skin tones. And, you know, people will come and be like, I'm NC15 and I'm still watching and stuff, but it's like the recommendation still stands, you know? The same way if I like a foundation, you can like a foundation, even if you're not coming to me for shade match. So that was something I never thought about. I kind of contributed it to more so that I wasn't doing anything super wild, and I'm kind of like old school YouTube, not the new school, which is a little bit more in your face, which is fine with me. I've been able to build a very successful business and I'm happy with it. So anyways, all of this to say that I need to start filming again because I miss you. I'm not forcing myself to film because, as you can see, my uploads have been scarce lately. But the only thing stopping me is it just seems stupid sometimes. Like, it's really hard to see everything that's going on in the world and be like, look at this foundation and I got this setting spray, and it's just like, you know? But I think, and on top of that, the world of beauty is a huge contributor to the racism or microaggressions or whatever you want to call it. It's something that has weighed on me my entire life, growing up, but coming into this industry, you know, you don't know, you know, did I get hired because I'm Black? Did I not, you know, did I not get hired? Am I the diversity? You know, I've seen myself, yeah, I don't know. And then there's times where I know I've benefited off of my curly hair and made money off of my curly hair, which is just wild because I hated it for my whole life. And now it's a part of my brand, which is cool. Because I want to help other people embrace their curly hair, because I spent years hating it and feeling different and feeling messy and, you know, like it looked unprofessional or whatever. And these are the things shoved down our throats. So, you know, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So anyways, if you stuck through that, thank you, and just know that, oh, I'm getting my periods. I'm just like a cry festival on top of the fact that I'm crying all the time anyways. All of that to say, I have a box of things from Sephora here that I've only used one of the items since I got it, I think over a month ago now, and I thought we would just pick through it kind of old school style, do some swatches on my hands, and then in the coming few videos I will use all of these products so you can see them in action in like a full face get ready with me. I couldn't do it today. I don't have the energy for that. Didn't film a tutorial for this look, but I will have everything that I used linked down below. But we can kind of swatch things and take a look, and then I also bought a bunch of foundations, so let me know which ones you want to see reviewed. Like, I'm gonna review all of them, but like let me know if there's any that you're particularly interested in seeing. And yeah, okay, thank you for listening. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing, I want to actually make use of this. I'm curious, I didn't use a setting spray today. I honestly don't even totally remember what I bought. It's been so long and I just haven't even looked in the box, like, which goes to show, because normally, you know, you get a Sephora order and I'm immediately cracking open the box, filming a video, and the fact that all of this stuff here besides one thing has been sitting in this box. Anyway, so this is the beautiful bottle and packaging. The Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. Shake well and hold 10 inches from the face, firmly press for generous mist. What are your claims? What do you do? Why did I buy you? It's funny that nowhere on the packaging does it like say what it's supposed to do. Just kind of interesting. But I'm assuming it's just supposed to like make you look better. Soft focus. And my skin is not good right now. It is textured. It is unhappy. Which, like, no surprise there. Like, whoever said don't wear makeup and your skin clears up, I've seen people talking about this. You're a liar. I mean, I already knew you were lying. I mean, of course, if you have, if you have, you know, issues with product ingredients and allergies or something. But I haven't been wearing makeup and my skin is rough. This is really nice and light. I'm gonna need to keep testing everything out, but the packaging feels very high end. I am worried though, I'm not sure if it's porous, but sometimes these things look really nice, and then when you get your grubby foundation hands all over them, then it ends up getting kind of grimy, but I will have to keep testing it out. The other thing that I bought from Hourglass is their airbrush concealer. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a side-by-side concealer. I think I got the Armani and Pat McGrath. So maybe I could do like a 3-in-1 review. I haven't reviewed anything in like months, and now I'm like, let me aspire to do a 3-in-1. And I had to search high and low for reviews to try and figure out what my shade is supposed to be. Kinky Sweat is a great resource for this. I'll link her channel down below, and then my friend Chelsea as well, who I collabed with recently. I'll link both their channels down below. They are either like my skin tone or like a little bit deeper if you're looking for shade references, because it can be really tricky to find. So this is the Hourglass Airbrush Concealer, and I picked it up in the shade Dune. And I think it's going to be a good shade. That looks quite good to me, actually. Okay, so this Pat McGrath, this looks like it might end up being a little bit light, but let's see. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Concealer. 5 milliliters, I think that's 6 milliliters. That doesn't seem like much, but I can't remember what the average size is. No, 5 is about the right normal size. Yeah, that has 15 milliliters, so 3 times the size. So if you're looking for value, that one has great value. Okay, so, oh, that noise. Okay, this is glass. Ooh, I don't know if I've ever had a concealer come in glass. I love the foundation from this line. I reviewed it. I will link it down below. M15 is what I got. It looks a little bit light. So that's it in comparison. So there's Dune, which is a little bit more neutral, a little bit closer to my skin tone. Then this is the M15 from Pat McGrath. Has a little more yellow in it, but I still think it will be an okay shade. And I have high hopes for that. I also picked up, actually, from Pat, so cute, kind of a waste, but cute. This, I don't know if I've ever heard anyone talk about this, but I have been kind of falling off of beauty videos for a little while and watching a lot of Sims because it brings me such joy. But this is the Pat McGrath Labs Weightless Luminosity Soft Focus Runway Tested Mother Approved Under Eye Powder. Blurring Under Eye Powder. And under eye powders is one of those things that I'm super picky on. Oh, you don't have a tear? There's no option to tear it? You're making me get scissors? Pat! 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 Hello? But yeah, under eye powders, I'm kind of picky on. I really like them to have some pigmentation, a little bit of yellowness in it. Not a huge fan of like loose, translucent white powders. I don't know what it is about my under eyes. Like, I don't have darkness or like particularly bad, like bad fine lines or anything, but I don't know, I'm really picky under my eyes. I find some concealers and stuff just make it look worse. So I'm like, what is your purpose here? So I got it in the shade Medium, which looks quite light. Ooh, okay, I think I'm gonna like this. It has quite a bit of pigmentation, feels really soft. My only worry is the color, which is interesting because, oh no, ooh, I think this might end up being quite blurring. You can see a difference in my wrists. It's not much to be blurred, but it feels really, really soft because I would expect Medium to be deeper than this considering like her shade ranges, but I feel like it's also more on the translucent kind of blurry side. So we'll see, but the texture feels really good and interesting, and I like the packaging too. And then the last concealer, I just want to get the concealers out of the way so I can swatch them all. Oh no, I got 4 concealers. Good God, Samantha. I got the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, which I have the Luminous Silk foundation, I think, although I might have decluttered it because I don't think it's my shade. I think I had 8 or 8.5 and it was like near gray. But I figured I would pick up the concealer in 6.5. It is even harder to find a shade match if you're a similar skin tone to me in the really high-end foundations. Not necessarily that they don't make it, most of the time that is kind of the case, but not only do they not make it, there's even less people reviewing it. So this one is even lighter, 6.5. When I go to shade match myself, I always look at YouTube, even if someone is lighter or deeper than me, just to get a general idea. Go to blogs, go to Sephora, you know, just as much Googling as possible if you aren't able to make it into a store. But that is the shade 6.5. So we've got Hourglass, Dune, Pat McGrath, and Giorgio Armani there. So that one definitely seems like it'd be probably the worst. And it looks like Hourglass has oxidized slightly. And then the last one is from a brand that I'm not experienced with, but I picked up the concealer and the foundation, and it's from Kosas, I believe they pronounce it. This is the Revealer Super Creamy Plus Brightening Concealer. So I'll swatch that here too. This looks a little light again. This is in the shade 7. Actually, you know what? This looks like a pretty good shade match. I think the packaging is cute. I think. This one definitely is a similar in terms of shade. I don't know. This one actually looks a really good shade, a little bit more neutral. I've been trying not to go so yellow in my foundation and in my under eyes. I've realized I am more on the neutral side. I always thought I was like really yellow, really golden. Something to consider if you're my shade, because you just assume like, oh, I'm like brown or I'm deeper skin or black or whatever, and you're just like, oh, I'm obviously warm, but that's not necessarily the case. I was going so yellow in terms of foundations and never considering that I was kind of this goldeny peach as opposed to just straight up yellow or straight up golden. So anyways, I think that that's going to be a pretty good match. So let me know, like, should I do a concealer battle video of all 4 of them, or should I go 2 head to head and wear them under eye, or like, how do you want to see that play out? But the shades are definitely all very different, but I think they might work. Sephora collection doesn't get enough attention. So I picked up the Gradual Self-Tanning Face Gel. I definitely, in looking back at some older videos, realized how much of my tan that I've lost. Obviously, I haven't been traveling, didn't get that much color when I went to Mexico in February, and I missed my tan. So this is the Sephora Gradual Self-Tanning Face Gel, and it says that it has, wait, that's French. Where's the English? Oh, French is first. Normally in Canada, I don't know if in the US it's like English and Spanish, but in Canada it'll be English and French, but the French is written here first. But it says DHA from natural origin known to give skin a golden glow, rose flower water from natural origin known to soothe and moisturize skin. But it's actually a pretty decent amount of product in here. It does say it only lasts for 6 months. You know, the little tag on the back where it'll say like 6M, 12M, that's how long it'll last from open, I believe. Not a long period of time, but apply evenly over the face and neck for more intense tan. Reapply 3 hours after first application, then 2 to 3 times a week. Wash hands after use. So I really like the idea of something like this. I was looking at getting those, whatever that brand is that does the drops, I think, but they didn't have them in stock in the deeper shade, so I figured I would test this out. It was a great price as well. Made in France. Very fancy. Hi, Ronucky. What'd you say, hi? Oh, it's so small. I couldn't see it. This looks so small by comparison to this. So this is the Weekend Warrior Tone Up Cream, which I thought was interesting. Gives an instant brightening effect to skin with the Tone Up Cream with kumquat extracts. This complexion booster blurs imperfections and reduces appearance of discoloration with a sheer veil of color. So I thought that this sounded really interesting, kind of like a tinted moisturizer style product. I got it in the shade 4. I guess. And there is almost a full fluid ounce in here, 0.946. So it looks very small, but about the average size of a foundation. Packaging can be so deceiving. So yeah, I will definitely have to review this and give it a try. This could be awesome for travel when that becomes a thing again, because it is quite compact and seems like an easy product to wear. I have reviewed the Sephora powder foundation, I've reviewed their stick foundation, and I have reviewed their matte tinted moisturizer, I believe. So I will have a Sephora collection playlist down below. I think they make really good stuff, generally have pretty good shade ranges, along with not only for complexion products, but amazing shades for like blushes and eyeshadows and things like that, which I think is really important, because a lot of the time when it comes to shade ranges, we focus on, you know, do you have 30, 40 foundations, you know, but then they don't have bronzers or blushes or highlighters to suit any of the deeper skin tones, and I feel like Sephora does a pretty good job of that. And they're also obviously a much better price than the other things that are in Sephora. So even if it's like you're trying to get to a limit on the Sephora website, I always go check out and see what Sephora collection has on the go, because I'll always toss in a couple things if I want to reach a limit, or, you know, just buy a little bit more stuff but not have my bill climb too high. So yeah, I will have to test this out. I've really been on the hunt to try as many SPFs as possible. I love to review them because it's something that not only is very important for everybody to wear, for your health and for protecting your skin, you know, whether you're in it for the health factors or the trying to look younger for longer, acne, scars, you know, the sun is very dangerous. So I'm always looking for ones that are good for more oily skin and deeper skin because firstly, a lot of people with deeper skin think they don't need to wear sunscreen, or when they realize they do, they're like, well, what can I wear that doesn't turn me purple or gray? So I wanted to give this guy a go. I've never bought anything from First Aid Beauty, I think. This is the Weightless Liquid Mineral SPF, oil-free, non-comedogenic, and safe for sensitive skin. Because like there's how many freaking universal sunscreens, etc., do they come out with that? It's like, just don't call it universal. Like, it's just insulting. Like, it's just obviously not. Or like, sure, okay, I can wear it, but, you know, I don't want to be walking around like one of those cartoon characters with like that zinc line on their nose or whatever it is. This is interesting. It feels almost a little silicone-y, but the beige tint doesn't seem to cause a white cast. It almost looks like it'd be a little bit, actually made my hand look really good and kind of smooth things out. Yeah, there are some silicones in there, which I personally don't mind. Some people have sensitivities to them. That's something to keep in mind if you're putting makeup over it, if it might have like might end up pilling on your skin. But that feels really good, and especially if I was to wear it, I think it would work under makeup, but I think if I wore this on its own too, it gives a really nice look to the skin. So I'm looking forward to wearing that. It's not too shiny either. Something that I saw, I believe Samantha Ravindell talking about, was the Tarte skincare. Like, I haven't bought anything from Tarte. Last thing I bought from Tarte was their Maracuja oil concealer, like the newer one that comes with the doe foot applicator, and I did not like that. It was just far too creamy. But I heard great things about this, and my skin tends to react really well to these types of ingredients. So this is the Knockout Tingling Treatment. It exfoliates, helps to balance the skin, and minimizes the appearance of pores. It's got a 10% acid complex, so powerful pH rebalancing of salicylic acid and lactic acids to help renew and resurface the appearance of the skin. And I like having it together in one product, especially in a toner or a serum is my preferred method. So I've got a video on my favorite toners for dark spots and oily skin. I'll link that down below, but I definitely have heard really, really good things about this. So I will have to keep testing it out and report back. The other skincare item that I picked up, I really, really love this oil from Kiehl's, the Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil. So they came out with a herbal cleanser, which I thought I would try. The Kiehl's skincare actually, I feel like, is super, super underrated. Their Calendula deep cleaning cleanser, or whatever it is probably one of my favorite cleansers of all time. I really love the toner that comes with it. And then there goes the litter robot. Hold on. Stay tuned. It's I talked about this before in another video, but it's basically like a mini cement truck for cat poop. So 7 minutes after they leave, it and sifts out the poop into like the bottom. Okay, now that the poop has been scooped, yeah, I really love Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil for my skin, and I really love the oil from this line, so I picked it up, but I thought it was cool that they had kind of a smaller size, so whether you want this for travel or you just want to test out the cleanser, I think this is a decent size product, and obviously it's going to be cheaper than the bigger one, so I figured I would give this a go, and I have been trying to be more regimented with actually cleaning my face. I always oil cleanse and then use a cleanser, but I feel like I just kind of like and then do it really quick and stop. And I know a lot of people have said that they have great success when they clean their skin for a full 60 seconds with the cleanser, even with your hands. So I've really been trying to be more mindful of that. So yeah, I feel like I have no reviews obviously for anything, because this is me picking things out of a box and talking to you about them. I got a couple things from Miss Riri. I picked up one of the bronzers, so I kept I had a cart going on Sephora and then kept kind of like chickening out on ordering, so these Cheeks Out things kept selling out and all the shades that I wanted kept disappearing. But I'm excited to try this shade. So this is the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. It's tiny, but I like it. It's kind of small and cute. I don't need all the packaging to be big, and I think that this is a beautiful color, and I'm glad I went with it because you've seen my blush videos. They're all these like nudie, rosy, peachy. So like I need some new options. So it's probably for the best. This is the Crush on Cupid shade. And you are getting 3 grams of product in here. So not a ton, but I'll never run through it. So really, what does it matter? Oh, let's be honest with ourselves. I think this is going to be a really, really pretty color. Let me know if you have tried these, what you think of them. And then I think I might have messed up this shade. I think I should have got a shade down, but this is the Bronzed Glow, easy to blend, the cream bronzer. And I love like cream bronzers generally that come in a stick. I really need to revisit her stick contour because I did not like that. I remember saying in a video that I preferred the Wet n Wild to it, and people got real mad because everybody wants to defend Rihanna, and I get it, man. She's awesome. But yeah, this is the shade Teddy, and it has a little bit of shimmer. I haven't watched any reviews or anything on these because I wanted to form my own opinion, but actually I think that might be an okay shade. It might be a little bit deeper. The thing that I don't love as much with bronzers in these kinds of situations is I feel they can be a little bit more greasy than those that come in a stick, and they'll stick around a little bit longer. But when this blends out, it looks really pretty. I was afraid it was going to be too cool toned, kind of based on some swatches I saw. Ooh, say hi. Oh. You really contested that. The people want to see the bouquet. I mean, what would we do without pets during these times, honestly? Rue and Emily have been my saviors. I actually got Rue when I was 23, going through a really, really hard time. And she's very smart. Emily doesn't know when I'm sad, but I was very sad yesterday, and Rue came and curled up next to me and didn't leave my side. Emily doesn't give a crap. She'll cuddle you, but she won't like know that you're sad and come to you, you know? Which, like, that's fine. Okay, so then I also picked up the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. I believe Jackie Aina really likes this. I didn't watch her video on it, but I saw that she liked it, and I was like, okay, whatever you say. I have their mini little, like, yes, Rue, please walk over all of their products and knock them all down. Yep. Sweet. Can you stop that? Yeah, so I picked this up. It is the Liquid Silk Canvas. I have the little kind of putty primer. That's not really my preference of primer application. This packaging, my god, it looks like a shaker, like a martini shaker or whatever. Oil-free, apply after SPF, made in Japan. But this seems... Oh! Ma'am! The level of disrespect. But now you want to sit on my lap. I can't be mad. I can't be mad. You see that Vine of that little kid? Can I pet that dog? I'm not Vine. Vine is so dead. I'm old. Whatever. TikTok or whatever the hell that is based off of. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? And then I saw this video of this family who like did like a video. They were singing it. Anyways, okay. Way off track. The packaging looks incredible. But yeah, this is definitely my preferred style of primer. And I think I'm going to like it. It has a really nice soft texture. Yeah, get out of here, you freaking scoundrel. Really nice soft texture, kind of a minty. Ooh, I love the scent. The scent smells like a spa. Like something they would like, almost like an essential oil, but not too much. Like something they'd like pump into the room and you'd be like, oh. That feels and smells amazing, so I have very high hopes for that. Better be good. It was not cheap. Then I picked up from Kosas the, I don't even remember what this is, powder blush and highlighter. Oh right, it's like a duo pan thing. What are you doing over there? She has taken to like sitting on top of Nem's printer all the time, so we put her cat bed up on top of the printer so that when he's sitting working she can like sit with him. She always likes to be next to somebody. But then yesterday morning I woke up and I just heard something printing and we were both in bed. We're like we was out like getting work done. Get in your bed, you freaking scoundrel. Ooh, this pretty. I thought this was gonna be a cream. I'm using my cat voice still. This is the Kosas Contra Chrome Color and Light Pressed in the shade High Intensity. Real. Listen, I haven't filmed in a while, so this... I'm gonna have a hard time watching this back. But I'm committed to it. So these are the two shades. This is powder. I think it comes in powder and in cream. Oh yes. Look at that. This is like my blush jam. This is where I live. And then this highlight I think is gonna be really, really pretty too. So when I review the foundation, if you don't see this in an upcoming, like get ready with me or something, when I review the foundation, I'll definitely put it to use then. And then I did pick up a couple of foundations. So I left them all for the end because I wanted to swatch them all next to each other. So, oh, then I got a couple of samples. So I got a sample of the Becca Skin Love. And, oh, both Becca and the Becca Light Shifter. Did they have to recall this? Am I remembering that correctly? Okay, so let me just swatch, and I'll swatch next to the Sephora thing too. It's one of the things Rue knocked over. These swatches are going to be really hard to see on my hand, but this is the only product that I have used from this haul. I did only wear it for like a smidgen of time, but this is the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Fluid Powder Foundation SPF 20. It is a powder, like, but it's powder foundation fluid. So I'm thinking it's supposed to have the look of like a powder, be a little more satin matte. This I got in the shade Golden. I did use this as in an IGTV a little while back, so I will link to that down below. Then this is a swatch of the Sephora product. I don't think there's a ton of shades in it, but it's quite sheer, so I think it will work for a big variety of skin tones under like one shade. Then I picked up from Giorgio Armani the Neo Nude True Skin Natural Glow Foundation. You know I've been real into a natural glow lately. If you can tell, that's it here. It's really hard to see. And then this one is almost impossible to see. It is the Kosas Tinted Face Oil, which you had told me a little while back I would be buying a tinted face oil. I wouldn't have believed it, but here we are. So that one really, I don't know if I shook it enough or whatever, but it's kind of just this really shiny spot on my hand. So I will test all of these out. I will do full reviews on all of them, but let me know if there's any that you're more interested in than others. But that is everything that I picked up, God knows when. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being so kind, so caring, and willing to learn and willing to teach me, and for being just such a great group of humans. You know, you don't have to comment on videos. You don't have to reach out and be nice to me or anything like that. And some of you have just gone above and beyond, which really, really speaks to your character, to feel for me at all, and it means a lot. So I really, really appreciate you all, and I'm gonna get back to filming videos because I really do love it. I've really, really, truly missed this so much, and for so many reasons it's just been really hard to do, but it's, you know, because people always say you don't have to film, you don't, you know, blah blah blah, take the time you need. But the problem is that I want to film and it's killing me not to film. But it just felt really inappropriate at the beginning of this pandemic, and really inappropriate just all the times. It just felt inappropriate and stupid, but at the same time it's something that I love to do, and I know lots of you thankfully love to watch, and I love to continue to connect with you. So thank you, truly, from the bottom of my heart. And this is the first Sephora haul that maybe anybody has ever cried in, but here we are. If you'd like to connect with me, I'm posting a lot on social media right now. Samantha Jane YT on both Twitter and Instagram, and Samantha Jane on Facebook. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!